Hello, everybody. This is Gamma DX27 with a nice little review for a little piece of DS hardware that I just recently got my hands on. The M3 DS Real. It is, well, in all essence, it's a DS flash card, which is basically a storage device for the Nintendo DS, which lets you run ROM images of commercial games. Hopefully they're backup copies of games you already own, as well as run non-standard custom-made applications called Homebrew software, which you can totally use to make the DS do a bunch of cool stuff that Nintendo never originally planned on making it do. It's got the similar look and feel to a regular flash card, for like a regular Nintendo DS game card, but it's got a nice little hole right here in the back here for micro SD cards. It comes with two other neat little things, or at least mine did. A USB card reader for the micro SD, and a rumble pack, which only works on the DS Lite. So if you have a regular DS, then you're not going to be able to use this. Might as well just use the one that came with Metroid Prime Pinball if you have that game. But yeah, there's also one that comes with extra RAM that you can use for the Opera browser, but I don't have that, which kind of makes me sad, but oh well. And of course, what's sold separately is the micro SD. Naturally, this incredibly tiny thing is the micro SD card. The M3 can take 1, 2, and 4 gig cards. However, the 2 gigs are the most logical and stable. The 4 gigs aren't necessarily as stable, or at least that's what I've heard. So, let's get to playing with this thing. Okay, so here we got my nice little shiny DS Lite. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to totally stick this stuff in. Now, like I said, there's a little micro SD slot right here, which you just push the card in there, and then you stick it into the back of this thing, right like so, just like you would any other typical game card. And then, for good measure, we're going to stick the rumble pack in here, because what could be more awesomer than having a force feedback gaming console, okay? PSP can't touch that. So, yeah. Okay, so now that this stuff is in here, let's boot it up. Okay, a little side note for people who do DS reviews. Turn the brightness of your LCD to the lowest setting, because that way it won't totally glare and everything, and that just gets really annoying. I'm going to put it down here now. So, this is what we get when we load up the M3. We get this nice little interface right... Yeah, let the camera adjust. See? It's got the DS player mode, which lets us play games. I'm going to break out the stylus. A GBA ROM mode, basically searches for GBA ROMs and stuff. A standard file browser, which lets you browse the entire file system with the card. A boot mode, if you'd like to have a secondary boot card in there, you can totally boot from that too. So it actually also functions as a pass-me card. A media player, dubbed Moonshell, which lets you play MP3s, OGGs, WAVs, and even MIDIs, as well as specially converted videos. A PDA feature, which I haven't really figured out how to get working, and an option settings, which totally lets you edit the look and feel of the thing. It is pretty key, if you have to ask me. I don't really know how well I'm holding this thing because I'm using a webcam and it sucks. But yeah, this is pretty damn key. Like I said before, the M3 DS Real is good for loading backup copies of your DS games. So, and they're actually even more enhanced, which is why I really like using this thing. You see, you load it up, all the DS games that you have on, DS games and Homebrew that you have on here will load up. And I'm going to demonstrate a couple of other functionalities. We're going to load Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Now, when the game loads up, you see this little prompt screen. It asks if you want to have cheats enabled. It asks if you want to have a slow-mo shortcut, because you can actually do that. There's also a cheat system. This game doesn't have any cheats for it, but you can still use it for cheating if you feel like running through Super Mario 64 DS or something. But yeah, we're going to start it up. Show you that it works. See, it loads it into memory. Make sure my volume's up. Now it looks for the save file. If it can't find a save file, then it totally makes a new one. See? Loads just as if it was the actual cartridge. It also has complete and total support for the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. I'm going to demonstrate by downloading a map. Worldwide, map center. Give me a random map, bitch. See, it's connecting to the Nintendo WFC. Takes a little while, but I guess it's... Oh, there we go, see? Now I'm in the map selector, I'm going to download this random map. This background music is so fucking groovy. Oh, there we go, see? Totally downloaded everything. So now I can totally look at that stuff. Now it's just going to disconnect me. So that also means that the actual game itself works. I just felt like showing that off. So, yeah. Now that I've shown that the thing can totally play ROM files, time to look at some of the built-in features to this thing. First off, the Moonshell player, which we're going to go into right now. Make this a little cool startup sound. We're going to demonstrate video playback. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, video. My videos. You can use the stylus or the D-pad, which is awesome. I alternate between both very often. We're going to play an episode of South Park on the Nintendo DS. You have to, if you want to, yeah, it's a little quiet, but if you have headphones, you can totally make it work better. You can totally do pausing, see? Pause it. You can do seeking. Fast forwarding, see? 2 guys naked in a hot tub, bitch. Fast forward a little bit more. Whippy-tippy-doo-doo, tra-la-la-la, whippy-tippy-doo-doo, tra-la-la-la. Wickasham tally-ho. Okay, we're gonna stop that now. It can also play MP3s and blah 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 blah. We're gonna get out of this. I said, get out of here. Damn player. Here's its option screen. You can totally change the look and feel of this thing. You can change the skin. See? But I like using this cool looking one better. Sure, it reminds me of Windows Vista in a way, but it's just really cool looking and easier to read than those other 2 skins. And you can also edit a couple of other features like language. It's got a lot of language support. And yeah. Last thing I'm going to demonstrate is the Homebrew Launching aspect. We're going to go into the main file system browser. We're going to go to my little apps folder. And we're going to go and look for and run a program called DS Organize, which is cool. It's going to load that. It asks me what device I want to load it from, slot 1. DLDI compatible. DLDI, for those of you who don't know, stands for Dynamically Linked Device Interface, which is basically a way of making homebrew software more compatible with the other types of DS storage hardware. This is DS Organize. We've got a calendar in this thing. We got a calendar, a fucking totally awesome day planner, an address book, a to-do list, a little paint program, a file system browser again, a calendar, an IRC client, a web browser, which kind of sucks. You're probably better off using Opera, and a couple of other cool little things. We're going to go into the little drawing app. I'm going to draw some stuff. I'm just going to call it something random. Take the stylus. I can draw, Mom! I'm having too much fun with this thing. Change the colors. Kinda. Yeah, there we go. Whippy-tippy-too-too, tra-la-la-la, whippy-tippy-too-too, tra-la-la-la, got that in my head now, god damn it. Okay. But yeah, there's even a homebrew downloader for the, as part of, fucking, pardon the language, there's even a homebrew software downloader for DS Organize. So, yeah, this thing has got a lot of features, and it totally makes the PSP look unnecessary when it comes to making your system into an all-in-one thing that you can do stuff with. So, yeah, that's my overall review of the M3 DS Reel, which I totally give a fucking A out of 10. So, yeah. Because that's what it is. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.